Hi guys, it's Beth. Welcome and Happy New Year. It is the beginning of January 2022, and so I'm excited to share with you the latest sheet load from Call Me Crafty Owl. So each month, Alicia at Call Me Crafty Owl puts out a sketch, a supply list, and a cut list that you need to make a certain number of cards, and she does this for free. The only thing you have to do is become a subscriber to her channel, and then each month, at the beginning of the month, she'll share with you like the sheet load and kind of like an example of what she has made. And then there is a design team or collaboration team who also comes out the next day with inspiration and ideas on how we used her sketch. And then she also shares with you like a process video. So new this year, there is a hashtag that you can click and see everyone who has use that hashtag, which would be all the collaboration team members, and see what they have made. And the hashtag for this month is SLCT Jan 2022. So that will be listed in the description box below. And then you can click on that and check out all of the other designs and collaboration team inspiration. So for this month, I used the Love Story collection from Echo Park and Lori Whitlock. I decided to go with Valentine's for this month, and the sheet load makes 9 cards, and so you use 3 different sheets of patterned paper and kind of mix and match to make your 9 cards. So the only things I did differently from Alicia's sketch, which, by the way, was inspired by one of the other collaboration team members, Danni Bendel of Danni's Dreams, here on YouTube. My paper was kind of like an aged antique background, so it wasn't true white, and so my card bases were white. I didn't have any heavy cream cardstock to use for a card base, so I went with all white. So to cover up the white that would have been showing around the mat that the sketch calls for, I just went ahead and used a black cardstock mat to cover up the white and kind of be consistent with the other mats that I used throughout the rest of the card. So I used the 3 different pattern paper, and then she called for a cardstock to mat some of the pieces on. And then the other thing I did a little bit different is for the element here in the center, I just used some cut-aparts from the collection. And so they're all going to be different. And then depending on the size of the cut-apart, that kind of determined where I placed it on the card. So for example, here's one that was skinnier, and so I went ahead and put it kind of like where the sketch called for it to go. But then this one was wider, and so it was going to cover up this whole patterned piece. And so I kind of put it off to the left just so it overlapped and left a little bit more of that vertical piece showing, and then added my little circle elements, what she called circle elements. I used little bitty hearts from my stash. So it just kind of depended on the card as to where the cut apart as to where I put it on the card. So I have 9 cards, and they're all slightly different just because of the cut apart I used and then the different little hearts that I added. And not all of them have a Valentine's message on the front. And so I ended up stamping Happy Valentine's Day on the inside along with, scrap strips that I had. So, but I like these because I think these are great that I can send to friends. Like, you're amazing, you rock, lovely. And then you and me, that's something I can use for, my husband. And then there's some loved ones I can use for my daughters or other family members. But I liked the sentiments on these because they weren't all about love. They're just kind of some positive, inspirational messages. And then also just to note, because there's like a lot of layers going on here, I used some heavy duty cardstock scraps to put like behind this strip going across here to make it level all the way across. And then I also did the same behind this piece going, you know, because above and below the strip that goes across, just to kind of keep it all level. So there is a little bit of dimension to the card. You probably can't see that. It's not a ton of dimension. I didn't use foam. I just used the heavy duty cardstock because I could use one piece and it would be about even. So that was one way to use up some little scraps of the cardstock that I had and to make my card level. And then the Valentine's Day that I stamped on the inside is actually from the new Valentine Gnomes stamp set from Not Too Shabby. It was on my desk, and so I went ahead and used that sentiment. So here are my 9 cards again. And again, there are other team members who are sharing their inspiration today. So you can use the hashtag SLCTJan2022 to see what everyone has made. And again, check out Alicia's channel for instructions on how you can get the latest sheet load. So thank you guys so very much for your time. And again, I hope everyone has a very blessed, happy, and crafty 2022, and that you all have a very crafty day.